Hello. Terribly sorry. Oh my goodness, me and technology just never work. I know what's happened. I reset my camera because of various different things, and I reset my laptop because of it was running slow. Anyway, technology. That's why I'm late for this live stream, which means now I'm running a bit behind, and I've got to squeeze everything that I wanted to get into a much shorter time because I've only got a limited period of time today. Anyway, hello, welcome. I'm Mr. P, otherwise known as Tarath Peacock. Welcome to the Flag Lair. Welcome to my usual live stream on the last Friday of every month. So I was determined to get this in. So I'm just going to readjust you here and bring this down a little bit because I think that's slightly better. Hi, hello, welcome. Oh my goodness, right. One of these days, everything's just going to run smoothly on all of this. Anyway, we're here to talk about flags and nothing else. There's plenty to try and cram into the short time that I've got today. So let's get this rolling. First things first, let's just get to say hi. First of all, if you're in the web chat, come and say hi in the chat below. Let's see who you are, where you're from, and any favourite flags that you've got. Let's put that in there. Anyway, for all of you that are watching now, this is August 2025, or the end of next month, September 2025, is Flags in Focus 5th birthday. So I've got a few things going on there. I'm going to create a video to look back at all the various different flags, especially the more interesting, peculiar flags that I've looked at over the past 5 years. So that's currently in production. That'll be out during September. And also, and finally, to make the point, towards the end of September, I will be producing a video created by you guys with your flags, your weird and wonderful oddity flags that you've been sending in. And I've had quite a few so far, a mixture of both people doing videos as well as people sending in clips and stories and details behind those as well of the flags that they want to include. So I'm pulling all that together at the moment, and I will produce that, and that'll be down at the end of September, which should be great. So looking forward to see how that one all progresses as well. Anyway, that's what's coming up in September, because I like to do something slightly different every year in the September month, just to celebrate the Flags in Focus. This is his birthday. As I say, this year it's 5. So let's get going. So just to focus on the People's Flag Lair, which is where I'm asking and inviting all of you to send in your videos or clips of ideas and flags that you think you're interesting with. That's still open as we speak at the moment. So where are we? At 1 o'clock British summertime on the 29th. You've got the rest of the day and the entire weekend. So at the end of the weekend, I need those submissions. So you've still got a few more days to submit. And what I'm after is people to send in either up to a 60-second video about a flag that means something to them, or a particular story that's behind all of that. Send that in, which is what I'm after, or just a form that you can click just to fill in some details about a flag that you like, again, pertinent to you, and why you like that, etc. So get those in. 2 and a bit more days left while this live stream's still going out, so you can get that up and running as well. Okay, cool. The other thing I wanted to look at, as it's a celebratory live stream, I've been toying with what to do for the 5th birthday. And I've got some ideas for next month's live stream, which is all very well. But I thought maybe I should do something for this month's live stream just to introduce some bits and pieces. So I've got, oddly enough, my top 5 lowest performing flag videos on the channel, and I'm going to pull out those flags shortly of all the different episodes and flags that haven't done quite so well for whichever reason at all. But so the physical flags I've got, I shall be producing those, and we'll go through those as well, which is fine. A couple of other things that we're doing for the 5th birthday, and as starting in September, we're opening up the Flags in Focus Facebook page. At the moment, that's been very locked down, and while we've shared a number of different posts that aren't created by us in Flags in Focus, I'm opening that up. The clue's now in the name that flags are the key thing here. So it's not just going to be about this video channel, the YouTube channel. It's opened up as of next month to anyone and everyone to submit all their thoughts, ideas, their wonderful flags that they're covering, and just to share it with the world, because that's the whole point of all of this as well. So as I say, the clue's in the name of Flags in Focus. It's a flag channel for you, just as it is much for me to pull all this together. So that's keep an eye out for that. So if you want to start putting some stuff on the Flags in Focus Facebook channel, then you're more than welcome. It's all good to go. Right, that was probably very loud. Okay, so let's get rolling with looking at just a few flags that are didn't perform so well on this channel. Some of them are probably very surprising. Others will be a bit more intriguing on why they didn't. However, let's get rolling and let's get started. I'm going to see if I can read and hold things up at the same time. So first things first, I want to hold up is the, let's just see. Now I'm going to make a lot of noise because I've realized I've made some changes over in the Flag Lair. There we go. But I can't hold things up and talk to you at the same time. So let's just run through. So these these weirdly are the lowest 5 rated flags on the YouTube channel Flags in Focus over the past 5 years. And I'm going to share with you. So this is the 5th lowest flag. To be fair, this one, I covered this one earlier this year, but it is currently sitting at number 5 in the low streams. Let's just get that a little bit out of the way there. So there we go. This is the L'estada flag, which is based on the Catalonian flag. So Catalonia is the same flag but without the blue and white bit on the right, or the hoist there. So that's the flag of Catalonia. This is the Estelada flag, which represents Catalonia's independence from Spain. So oddly enough, it's not an official flag. You'll be pleased to see. But the blue and white star is added to the hoist just to differentiate it, as I say, from the Catalonian stars. There's a few variants of this as well. Let's just move all this out the way so I can see what's going on. Hello, welcome. A few, yes. So there's also the same flag again as well, but with I think if I remember rightly, instead of blue, it's the yellow, and with a red star in the middle. Otherwise, it's exactly the same design, but it's all around rallying for independence for the Catalonian region in Spain. And I think it's been around for quite some time. Widely used more, I think, since about 2010, when there was a particular referendum which wasn't recognised by anybody except those people in Catalonia, where they decided that they were going to be independent from Spain. Didn't quite go to plan. But anyway, that's the politics. This is the flag which is more important. So that's my number 5 flag at the moment of worst performing videos on here. So let's carry on. Let's have a look at this one. Now this is a particular favourite flag design of mine, to be fair. This is the flag of the Bahamas. Beautiful part of the world as well, if you can get there. Adopted on the 10th of July 1973, which is the day that the Bahamas gained independence from the United Kingdom. It represents the natural resources, people, the aspirations of the nation. Sorry. So the blue is the crystal waters. The gold represents the beaches and the sunshine, of course. And the black triangle, or the chevron, stands for strength, vigor, determination of the Bahamian people. Now, I was fortunate enough to spend a little bit of time. It was only a little bit of time in the Bahamas. Very lovely, very warm. What got me while we actually stayed in the Bahamas was how quiet it got when there weren't any big ocean liners full of travelers around. So it becomes almost like a ghost town where we were staying, which is most bizarre until obviously, these big ferries turn up with thousands of people on them. Now, cruise ships is not something that I personally enjoy. I couldn't think of anything worse than being stuck on a tiny ship, on a boat. But that's just me. But yeah, Bahamas seems to be very empty until all these boats and cruise liners turn up, and then the whole place is absolutely heaving. Anyway, that's the Bahamas. So that's number 4. That's my 4th worst current flag video on the channel. Now, moving on to the next one. Now, the next one, I don't actually own the physical flag itself, but I do have the national flag, which is behind me somewhere, which is the capital city of Ukraine, Kyiv, which is a blue field with a picture of, now, is it St. George or St. Michael? I can't remember. It's one of the saints. Actually, I've probably got it here, haven't I? It's the painter, Michelangelo. Nearly there. Michelangelo there is the patron saint of the capital city of Kyiv, and it's Michelangelo that sits in the middle of that flag. Hello, one and all. If you want to say hi, please drop a hi into the chat. Let's get that rolling, which would be great, just to see who's there, where you're from, and just to get a bit of conversation going, which is great. That's the whole point of these chats, these live streams, is to get a bit of a chat going on. So the Ukraine flag, the capital city of Kyiv in Ukraine, which I did a very short video about, and as I say, it's the whole thing is about, especially Michelangelo, is all about symbolizing protection and justice for the city. And the blue and the yellow on the flag represents Ukraine's national colours as well on the city flag. So as I say, I don't actually have that one, but it's an episode that I have covered, and that's currently sits at 3rd place on my YouTube channel of being the 3rd worst, or should I say not 3rd worst? That's bad. The 3rd least viewed flag episode, for whatever reason. But anyway, hi, welcome to the live stream. If you've just joined us, do by all means put drop a hi into the chat. Let's get a bit of conversation going. Where are you from? What time is it? Because I appreciate some people are around all over the world. It'd be good to see who's there. Also, if you want to be in chance for winning either a Bedfordshire flag or indeed a Flags in Focus flag, then I've got wherever that is, there it is. Then I've got a link pinned to the top. If you put some details in there and you get involved in the chat, then you could be pulled out and randomly chosen to win one of those flags. So get chatting and get filling in. Right, that's, where were we? Yes, so then now we get to the 2nd lowest viewed episode that I've got. Which I thought was a bit of a shame on this one, because again, this is one of my favourites. If I can get it the right way around, I do happen to quite like this flag, and it's the flag of Bonaire, which is a great name as well. This flag was adopted on the 11th of December 1981, so fairly recently, and it represents the Bonaire identity, heritage, and natural environment. The diagonal division from the lower hoist to the upper fly side is the so we've got the yellow triangle in the lower part, which represents the upper part. Have I got this the right way around? Yes, sunshine would be up in the sky. Yes. Yes, so the yellow represents the sun and prosperity. Goodness me. And the blue bit obviously is the big wet Caribbean Sea all the way around the islands. And the white is standing for peace and freedom of the island. It's freedom, although it's still actually managed and looked after by Denmark or the Netherlands. Can't quite remember. And the 6-pointed star, here we go, represents the 6 original villages on the island. So again, and then you've got the compass reflecting in the middle there, reflecting the Bonaire's maritime piece. Now, it's a striking flag. It's a very unique one. Obviously, there's no other flag that's got that particular style, unlike, say, a tricolour, though vertical or horizontal. Whereas that particular flag, no other country has a flag that's like that one at all, which is fine. So at least it stands out, which is great. But that's my second least watched flag video on the channel. The reason we're putting those out is because Flags in Focus is 5 next month in September. So this I'm just looking at the lowest 5 episodes that of viewership that I've got. Bonaire was the second, and the least viewed flag episode, which probably comes as no surprise when I reveal it, is a particular entertaining one. And I've had the flag for, well, since I've been there, which was, I went there before I even started in the Flags in Focus, and it's an intriguing one. However, that said, before I get to that one, next month at the end of September, when I do a live stream, then I'll be looking at the top 5, top 10 of viewed flag episodes. May as well look at the positive stuff as opposed to look at the negative stuff, which is what we've got here. Anyway, last one we've got is this little chap here. Just make sure I've got this right. Okay. Yes. This is an intriguing flag. This is the old, not the current, this is the old flag of the Brussels capital region. It first came into play on the 5th of March 1991 and was replaced in early 2015 with the current, more corporate style flag that they've got now for the Brussels capital region. The solid blue field. So the middle, the iris in the middle is an iris plant, which is very common in the Brussels area. Let's just make sure I've got a few more details about what this actually is. Here we go. So yes, plenty of natural irises in the marshy areas. According to the Duke of Brabant, he used iris-covered areas to navigate shallow waters during battles. So there we go. So it's got a very, very meaningful middle, which is fine. And the current flag that they've got is also based on this, similar, which to me looks really like a bunch of fries in a McDonald's thing. But anyway, but the current flag that they've got, which is a similar colour scheme, it's the blue, white, and yellow. But as I say, and still has a stylized iris plant in the middle. Just doesn't look quite as funky as that one. And that flag got the least number of views on this channel thus far. Probably because nobody actually knows what it is. It's not even a current flag. But there we are. It is what it is, and that's what we've got. So those are the 5 the 5 least watched flags on my channel. As I say, the Catalonian or the Elstado flag that I've got there only came out this year, to be fair. So it's still creeping up day by day. So eventually it might not be quite as low as it should be currently. But there we go. That's how it stands as it is today. Hello, welcome. If you've just joined us on the live stream, drop a hi in the chat briefly. Let's see who you are, where you're from, and if you fill in the forms, then you can potentially win either a Flags in Focus flag or a Bedfordshire flag if you want. So, but you need to fill that in, and you need to get chatting very quickly. But we're conscious that I personally don't have a great deal of time, so let me just try and grab a few more things and bits and pieces in while I'm still in the Flag Lair. So next month, as I said, a couple of things. There's the still have the chance until the end of this weekend to join the People's Flag Lair. I can add more details into the description of this, so get your submissions in if you want to get involved in that. Next month there'll be that video, another video about the past 5 years of Flags in Focus, plus the live stream on the last Friday of September. We'll be looking at the most popular flags that we've had on the channel thus far. and have a look at those. And again, more chances for people to win bits and pieces on there as well. I've also got an announcement coming up regarding myself and the UK's Flag Institute. So I'll be talking about that more next month. And also the Flags in 50 Places series, which I've been doing for pretty much the 5 years now. That's coming to a conclusion shortly. I'll have managed 50 places in 5 years. I think that works out to be about 10 a year, roughly. Anyway, that's coming to an end. So what's going to replace that? Well, I've got details about what replaces Flags in 50 Places, and I'll talk about that at the end of next month when we've got all the details finalised of how that all sits, works, and how it all links into everything else that we're doing for this channel. Don't forget that, and the Facebook being opened up, so you guys can do more of your sharing about your flags on Facebook on the Flags in Focus channel. So by all means, start getting on that as of Monday, the 1st of September. And I think I've pretty much covered that. So that's that. That's me, short and sweet. Apologies for the beginning that we didn't get up and running as quickly as we started. As I say, laptop resets and everything. It's just love technology when it works. It infuriates me when it doesn't. So apologies for that. Anyway, I think that's it. That's us in the Flag Lair now that I know what I'm doing. And I'll see you all again this time next month. So until then, be seeing you.